guys to our start of week technical analysis video. Jumping straight into things here and keeping things short and sweet. Apologies for my voice. I am a little bit ill at the moment, but we're not going to let that stop us having a look and analyzing these charts. So with all that being said, let's get straight into things here. So if you remember from last time, we saw price starting to push up, and we spoke about these two lower levels that we had marked in with these yellow horizontal rectangles, and as you can see, we saw price surpass this top side. If you remember, we ended up saying if we see price surpass this top side, a bullish move is more likely than a bearish move. However, we needed price to surpass at least 2 points of interest. As you can see, price ended up hitting this point of interest at around 3,340, pushed up a little bit above it, around 60 to 70 pips, and then price completely plummeted to where we sort of are now. As you can see, we ended up sort of creating a fake out. So we went on to test our first point of interest after this after this top resistance was broken through of this minute 5 consolidation. Price then broke back into this range, coming back to test that top side resistance as a support, and then price completely plummeted through sort of early Asian session. As you can see, after this bearish move, we then saw some consolidation, with price sort of consolidating between these two levels here of around 3,290 to 3,265. Again, price ended up failing at this level as a support, with price then continuing on bearish. As you can see where we are right now, price is currently testing at the low 200s. So we're going to sort of zoom in here and just sort of analyze what is actually going on. So taking into consideration this strong bearish move that we can see, we are anyway on the time frame that we're on, minute 5. If we go to minute 15 as well, we are in a bearish market as of right now on these time frames. Obviously, if I go to an hour 4, it's not really a bearish market. As you can see, we are sort of just creating a higher low here. But on the lower time frames, doing some sort of like intraday analysis, you can see that price is testing at this level. So taking into consideration that we are in a bearish market as of right now on the lower time frames, we can see that price is testing at around this level to see what seems to be a support. But if we do see a continuation of previous momentum, price will end up surpassing this level and then continuing on lower, with the next sort of point of interest that we have marked in around the 190 area. So if price is to continue bearish, we're looking at this 3,190 area to then hold price up. Obviously, there are some lower levels, for example, these red horizontal lines that we have marked in at 3,211, and these levels could still hold price up. So with all that being said, we're sort of just our overall bias is bearish as of right now. If we go even lower, let's just go to minute 1 real quick. You'll see some sort of signs of a bit bullish flip. If I was to just do some really low time frame live market analysis for you real quick, if we drew in a trend line here, let me just make this black and 1 pixel for you. If we sort of drew in a trend line, marking it in from point A to point B, grabbing as many wicks as we can, you can see that we are creating, so obviously let's just like the start of this. So we have our higher high followed by a lower high, a lower low, followed by a higher low, followed by a lower low, higher low, lower low, higher low, lower low, higher low. Lower high, lower low, not higher low. So with all that being said, if price continues in this same sort of direction, we're looking, so our main overall watch right now in terms of levels and price is around that 3,212 mark. Once we see price surpass that level, a bearish continuation is probably most likely. However, the first indication of a bullish flip would be if price was to come back up to this level. We could start maybe taking into consideration that this previous data is wiped out, with price then passing our level of 3,237 to 38. And then to our next main point of interest there. But with all that being said, we are in a bearish market right now on these time frames. So if we look, we most likely will see a bearish continuation here. With our next level that we are taking into account is going to be around that 3,190 level. So keeping things short and sweet for this start of week technical analysis. Overall bias for this week, let's just have a look at our daily. As you can see, as of today, we are, I think I just deleted the complete wrong thing. Sorry, I do apologize for being ill. I can't really help it, but anyway, going on to our daily time frame. As you can see so far today, we are still only in the London session. Obviously, we experienced some sort of a, somewhat of an Asian session as market opened at 10 p.m. GMT on our Sunday. But so far today, we have seen a considerable, like for a while now, we haven't seen a candlestick with this much volume in a bearish way, or a bearish fashion, if you like. So we could potentially be in for a higher time frame bearish flip here. But it all sort of depends what this daily candlestick, or how this daily candlestick finishes. As you can see, we still have 10.5 hours left of the day, but it seems that price is going to continue on pushing. Like we said, we have this sort of next level of around 3,190 to hold price up as a support, and don't hesitate, because 10.5 hours is still a lot of time for this market to completely change. So if we are to see a bullish move, and this sort of be a higher time frame, higher low created, we will most likely see, we want to sort of see price. Obviously, as you can see, if I go to our L4 real quick, just to mark this up a little bit better, so you can see we are surpassing these sort of liquidation levels. These are those, so you see these levels here, anything below here. So if I go back to our daily here, you can see that them levels are obviously on our L4, they're bodied candlesticks, but on our daily they are just wicks, so it's just exhaustion. So what we're looking for here is price to sort of finish anywhere above the 3,237 mark. If we see price finish above that, as it goes for our higher time frames, we most likely will see this just being created as a higher low, with price then eventually continuing on bullish, creating a new all-time high. As you know, the previous all-time high was 3,500 roughly. So the next sort of all-time high that we're looking at for gold to hit at some point in the future is 3,600. So with all that being said, let's go all the way back down to our minute 15. Just have a little closer look at our minute 15. As you can see, we are in a bearish move. However, the volume for the bears and the sellers is starting to slow down in comparison to these sort of three candlesticks. You can see the volume of these three candlesticks here is roughly, let's have a little look. So we're going from around 3,221 to 3,000. So we were talking about 500 pips in this move here, and if you compare that to this bearish move since this level, where we are now, we're going from 235 to 2315, let's say. So we're talking 200 pips. So we're not even halfway. It's not even half of this move, but anything could happen. We could just see another slip in the market, and we could see just price completely fall with the same sort of bodies as this candlestick, the same sort of volume inside the candlesticks. But obviously we're going to have to let the market play out and then tap back in on our midweek technical analysis. So I hope you all enjoyed. Again, apologies, I sound a bit croaky, a bit sniffly. I am just ill. I guess the summer is beginning to start, so I'm getting that summer cold. So wish me well, I guess you could say. But yeah, I will catch you guys in our midweek technical analysis. I hope you have all enjoyed. Remember, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Also join our VIP with our link in the description below for amazing signals, and obviously one-to-one support, and a lot of other very good and informational things that you can have access to upon purchasing one of our VIP subscriptions. So yeah, I hope you have all enjoyed. Remember, don't forget to let me know if you are enjoying these technical analysis videos, and let me know if there's any videos that you would like me to create, or if there's anything that you'd like me to add inside of these technical analysis videos or remove from these technical analysis videos. If you feel like I talk about certain things too much, let me know in the comments below and I will adjust. Remember, this is all about you and helping you understand what is going on in the market, and then eventually being able to mark up the market yourself and understand what you are looking at, rather than just looking at a bunch of lines on your screen. So once again, that's going to be our start of week technical analysis video. I hope you have all enjoyed, and I will catch you in the next one. Peace.